Well, I don't know about the tigers and bears, oh my, but there are definitely lions, and they are not happy in this movie, which I don't blame them. Let's talk about that. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Movie Emporium's movie review of Beast, the newest film from director Baltasar Kormákur. So this movie Beast is in essence a Ghost in the Darkness slash Cujo style movie. It's about a father who's played by Idris Elba who brings his two daughters who are what you would call kind of distant from one another. There were some issues with the family. Anyways, the mother dies. He takes them back to her homeland in the savannah in South Africa. That's where his friend who's played by Sharlto Copley lives. He actually is a kind of a game warden, anti-poacher individual. And basically what this movie ends up being, like I said, when it's kind of like Cujo, is a group of poachers kill a pride of lions, and one of them goes rogue. The lion escapes and goes rogue, murders a whole bunch of people, and it becomes kind of a survivalist type film where the lion is just attacking and killing whoever he sees or whoever comes into contact with him. And in the process, these individuals, like his two daughters and the Sharlto Copley and the Idris Elba character, have to find a way to survive with no a lot of means in the process. And on top of everything, what happens when you're in a world where you're outmatched by somebody who has the distinct advantage of being a apex predator in a lot of respects. So with a movie like this is what you would call like a late summer movie, a movie on the edge of like kids going back to school. So they're just trying to put out something there to, garner a little bit of audience before actually kids go into full swing of school. And it's a movie that, from the trailers and from what I've seen from the marketing, really felt like a Ghost in the Darkness ripoff. Yes, it has Idris Elba in it, Sharlto Copley in it, and stuff like that. But I never got the sense that this movie was going to be wholly original. And so I kind of went into this movie going, I like Ghost in the Darkness. I like the concept and idea. Maybe it'd be a little fun top thriller or something like that. It's only 95 minutes long, so you're not going to be super offended when the movie officially ends. You're just going to be like, yeah, maybe it was good, maybe it was bad. But I like Idris Elba. I like Sharlto Copley and stuff like that. And I love a good suspense, like man versus like nature type movie. And so for my honest opinion and thoughts of this movie, for the movie Beast, I would say I definitely enjoyed this movie. It definitely fits into that very tense, very gripping your chair type movie with the sweat rolling down your eyebrows and stuff like that. When you're kind of breathing like rapidly, or you're not breathing at all because of just the movement and stuff in this movie. I think the stuff with the lion, some of the visual effects work not that great, but when it works, it really works. And I think the director, the Baltasar, the director, really does a nice job of just making you feel kind of in that world, just kind of with these characters, not really feeling like there's a place to escape, because most of this movie takes place in a vehicle in a particular situation where if they leave the car, they could be attacked at any moment by the lion. I think the stuff that, Idris Elba is having to do to protect his children is really interesting and captivating a lot of times. I do think the stuff with Sharlto Copley's character and some of the stuff with the kids it borderline stupidity sometimes, because I knew we do stupid things when we're in intense situations with problematic or with very dire circumstances, but they do make decisions in this movie that just, I wish they would have handled it a little bit better, to be fairly honest. I wish they would have given, I know kids in Hollywood, it's a very difficult process to be in, but I just think that the director and the writers didn't really develop these young girls very well when it comes to their character arcs and stuff like that. They make choices that they make choices like the kids make in Jurassic Park, where you're just like, do you really understand what you're doing? And maybe that's just how kids roll when it comes to that type of stuff. And like I said, there's points in this movie with Sharlto Copley's character where I'm like, are you really making the best choice you could ever make for this? And even Idris Elba calls him out on it and stuff like that. And what makes this movie work outside of those problems is just the set pieces that the director Baltasar Kormákur sets up are really intriguing and intense in their own right. There are not what I would call huge moments, but there are like small set pieces that really have effective nature to them, when like they're in a church, or when they're just stuck in the car, or when they're on this little island situation, or when this just moments where you just don't know where the lion's going to attack. That is the most effective creature type film, when you just don't know where anything's at and you have no place and no kind of location. These are individuals, especially the kids and the father, who are not familiar with this world, so they have to rely on Sharlto Copley's character. And when he is out of bounds with the movie, it becomes a tense situation. And I really do think it works. I really think there are moments where you really feel just the tense nature of just what the lion is capable of doing. And you know, these people are in his world and he's one in control and he's the apex predator in this world. It's like if you take the lion out of the jungle and you have him in like the real world, you know, he's still dangerous, but there is this level of control. The real world in the savannah, there is no level of control, and that's very, very scary, and it just really shows. And I just overall in this movie, I think outside of some of the CGI elements where some of the lion effects are really noticeable, especially when you have Sharlto Copley's character basically hugging a couple lions who know him, who grew up with him and stuff like that, it really is noticeable that he's not really hugging lions. And it's just the same thing with the rogue lion. It just doesn't feel natural a lot of times. But when it does do it well, when a lion feels really realistic, that is when it's most scary, because it really feels like there is a lion attacking these people, even though it's a really safe situation because it's a movie. But when you think about it, and this happens in Ghost of the Darkness, there is just the fact that you can hear the lion but you can't tell where the hell it's coming from. That makes it for a really tense situation. And like I said, when it gets to its kind of conclusion, it does have a little bit of Deus Ex Machina in it, which I was a little problematic with. But for 95 minutes, for what it's trying to do, for how it's trying to present itself, I really can't hate on this movie. I really can't. I think it's an entertaining movie with some flaws, as most movies have, and I think there's some major glaring flaws, especially with some of the characters. But when the action happens, when the lion is attacking, especially when some of the poacher stuff, when you just see the overarching narrative of what exactly is going on and what is in this predicament, like I said, with Cujo, and you see just kind of how it works out, I think it's top notch. So I really do think it works. It's not the best, like, creature type film of this genre that I've ever seen, but I think for 95 minutes, I think you will enjoy it. And it does have some emotional moments, especially when it comes around to the mother character and how she affects these people, because like I said, they're very distant with one another. So, but with that said, that'll do it. That'll be my take on Beast. Thank you so much for watching. Definitely check it out if you like these types of films. I definitely highly recommend it. So it is a little gory, a little violent, a little languagey, but it is not that too bad. So anyways, with that said, thank you so much. In the comments below, if you see this movie, let me know what you think. Otherwise, you know, let me know what your favorite creature feature film is and all that good stuff. And otherwise, if you like what you see on this channel, hit the subscribe button to join Movie Emporium. Hit that notification bell at the top to find what's coming next. If you like this video, awesome. Hit that like button. And as always, we'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.